In today's video, I'm here to talk to you about a common phenomenon in the simulation that goes undetected by about 95% of the population. I'm talking about the strong and drastic energy shifts, in particular, the ones that we notice when we're outdoors. How is it that from one day you can go outside and everything feels alive? The reality is turned on and powered up: the sky, the sun, the clouds, the air, it's in the air. And then the very next day, you're in the same exact spot and boom, there's a huge shift. It feels completely different. It's as if you're in a completely different place. The energy is mundane. It feels more caged in. It's dense in the same exact spot. It's days like this when you sense the darkness in the world. And it's days like this that I tend to feel the firmament over me a lot closer. It's heavier. So what is this sudden shift? We are going to get into it in this video, but I'm here to tell you that you are sensing something and it's very real. You're not the crazy one. It's not you necessarily shifting. It's actually in the very fibers of the simulation. You are becoming more energetically aware of the matrix gridline manipulations and distorted ground energies. In the third and fourth dimensions, there are always forces at work. The matrix game is all about these unseen energetic exchanges, unseen to the human eyes, that is. This is why people blame sudden energetic shifts like this on the weather. They'll just say, oh, it's just a low vibe day, the sun's not out, or maybe there's clouds, or there's just not a lot of wind. And the reason it's changing is because the grid lines in the reality are always changing. There are overlays being placed in the reality. So the universe is waveform based, okay? And the grid lines that surround your area, it's just like information streams coming through to like spark the reality into its illusions, right? Into its physical existence. So the electromagnetics of our own Earth, there are natural ones running through here as well. Gaia related energy streams as well. And so when those are being emitted, it fuels in magical streams into the reality. These are the days that we feel high vibrational. It's when Gaia is peaking in her glory and everything's awake, everything's alert. You can feel the streams of consciousness coming in. And those of you that are tapped in can really fuel yourself up with this and harmonize with this type of frequency. But on days that this energy is gone, or so it feels like, it's more like, the grid line is overlaid, it's suppressed at that moment. It is being covered up. So think about like your Instagram filters, or I don't know, TikTok, whatever, all these filters that are going on. They have your image, but then they cover it up with a filter. One day you might choose, the fairy filter. The next day you might choose like whatever, right? So these filters are being streamed in to the reality, to the grid line systems. So the Gaia energies, the planetary grids, the portals, the ley lines of the realm, which carry a heftier and more organic energetic frequency and stream of consciousness, when these are suppressed, everything can begin to feel more flat, less saturated, quieter. Maybe you'll hear less out in nature. The leaves won't move. And I notice this a lot because I practice aerokinesis. So on days like that, you really have to try and raise the energy up, right? So you will notice a big difference that way. And on days like that, it's when you can render in more lower vibrational types of energies and entities into the realm as well. It's like fourth dimensional, lower vibrational entities can just that's their playground on days like that. And so days like that, I do notice the behaviors of the individuals completely being tweaked as well. So I have so many examples that I can give about this. And I mentioned, quite a bit already on my channel about the hijacked vessels, about the NPCs and odd behaviors, and just the frequencies that people emit become more dense and heavier. It's almost like everything bounces on your own energetic field a lot easier. And so you really have to secure your own torus field at that point, because things will slip in like that. And things will try to interrupt your own flow. And thought forms are implanted this way a lot easier as well. So when the planetary grids are being suppressed and there is a layover it's days like that where, you know, you can do two things. You can really try and practice your energy work that day and your spiritual practices. You can, you know, or you can just be like, screw that, I'm going to stay in my own space. So it's totally up to you. And you kind of have to just feel it out for yourself. Days of the week as well. So, you know, Sunday, day of the sun, those days tend to be more high vibrational. Monday is the day of the moon. I try to, you know, Mondays tends to be people's less favorite day of the week. So all of this and these overlays are also that are placed onto the planetary grids have a lot to do with the astrology going on as well, with the cosmos, with the significant dates, with the numbers. It's all working together. And so, you know, we can kind of look at it like, well, we have really no power over this. We really can't do much. But if you are an energy practitioner, you can definitely do stuff. You can definitely influence the grid lines within your space. Absolutely, 110%. And so that is the power that we carry. That is the ability that we carry. This is the essence of the spirit that we can bring into this realm. That is how magic gets brought back into the realm. And when you start bringing magic back into the realm, Gaia wakes up too, because those frequencies match. So Gaia starts to wake up as well, and you start to take back the space. So it's important to keep yourself, you know, fueled internally, spiritually, all the time. So when these days come up, you're ready to go. And the days that it's magical and beautiful outside, these are the days that you want to give gratitude and that you want to fuel up with the solar energies and all of this. And you really want to play with the elements as much as possible. So basically, you know, it's give and take. We don't live, our reality is all about constant changes going on. And so even on a level like this, on a metaphysical level like this, you best believe those dials are being cranked up, cranked down, overlaid. Stuff can be seeping up from the underworld. We can be getting divine intelligence really scorching into one of the ley lines and really opening things up for us. So it's really constantly changing. I like to keep track of this, at least somewhat. You know, I don't actually journal everything, but I think it's something I definitely want to start to do, because I tend to do a lot of documentation on behaviors of the simulation, particularly when I lived out in California a while back. I did a lot of observations with the surveillance in the skies, also on these high vibrational days. And so there are going to be correlations that you can connect the dots with. And so that's the part of the reality where we can start to, you know, not just be a victim of it or not just be some background character. We can really start to take initiative and try to understand this on a deeper level. Because like I said, the amount of, you know, distortion on the perception of reality and the brainwashing that goes on, you know, everyone else is just sleepwalking through this. But use your divine intelligence and the spark of intuition that comes up and really try to open and expand your consciousness. It's not necessarily just going to be this Kundalini awakening experience and you're just going to be like, you know, knowing everything. You got to work at this. We are investigating ourselves, our powers, the reality and the grid lines around us. You know what I mean? So I hope this was helpful. Just a quick video. And I wanted to, you know, spread that message to you, especially now since a lot of us are coming into the fall season and then winter's around the corner. A lot of the energy might say mundane at that time, and Gaia does need to rest. You know, she has her cycles as well, but you can bring the magic back into the field. So hope this video was helpful. Please check out the links to my description. I want to share with you guys really quickly. I'm going to have a dedicated video on this, but stay tuned because my one-on-one spiritual sovereignty coaching is coming up. It's actually officially open now. So this is the first announcement I am making to work with me for 2 to 3 months to reclaim your spiritual sovereignty so that you no longer fall victim to matrix programmings, to gaslighting, to people pleasing, so that you can really begin to clear things out, so that you can really begin to allow your inner divine intelligence to blossom within you and watch your reality transform. So I would love to work with anyone who really gets the message and feels that excitement within. If this excites you, check out the link to my description. I'm going to be working with 4 clients And after that, I won't be accepting clients for at least 3 months. So definitely want to check that out and schedule a call with me. I'd love to get on the phone with you and see if my coaching program is something that can help you, something that can serve you. And I'm looking forward to that as well. And I will see you guys very soon. Have a beautiful day.